Hi, I'm Heidi, and today's knitting tutorial is all about how to knit the coin stitch, also known as the blister check stitch. It's great for adding a lot of texture and color if you want to sweaters, hats, and gloves. This is called the coin stitch. The coin stitch is a really fun stitch that, as you can see, adds a lot of texture, and if you use color, you can play a lot with contrast like I did in this swatch to create an alternating checked pattern. I've also seen this coin stitch commonly called the blister check. I just think that name is kind of gross, so I prefer coin stitch myself. But I'm about to show you guys how to make this happen for yourself. There's a little bit of a trick involving slipping stitches and pulling stitches out that will be the key to remember for success with the coin stitch. To get the coin stitch to work, you need to cast on a multiple of 4 stitches plus 1. So in this cast on here, I've cast on 8 stitches plus 1, so 9 total stitches. So we're going to start with color A, which is orange in this case. For the first row of the coin stitch, we're going to work with color A and purl across. And color A should be the same color that you use for your cast on for this stitch. So row 1, we purled across. We're going to flip our work over, and for rows 2 through 5, we're going to work with color B, which in this case is purple. So row 2, we're going to knit across, just leaving our color A tail at the back. We'll start working with color B. And we'll knit across row 2. We'll flip our work over, and as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of tails going on. Just be careful to keep all the tails that you're not knitting with out of the way and off to the side. Then purl row 3. And if you get a big loop like this, which happens a lot when you switch colors, just pull on the tail to tighten it back up. That's a big tip that helps with a lot of different kinds of color work in knitting. Next, we will knit row 4. And then purl row 5, still working in color B. All right, now we're on row 6, and normally when you're going to do color work, you'll probably be carrying your color up the side of your work or doing some other technique so that what is about to happen in my demonstration swatch won't happen. But for the sake of demonstration, I'm just going to start working with color A again and just leave this long loop on the side. So do as I say and do proper technique for working with more than one color, but don't do as I do for demonstration's sake and leave this long floppy tail off to the side. So row 6, using color A, we're going to knit 2 stitches. And now we've knit 2. Now here's the key to the coin stitch. What we're going to do is drop the next stitch off of the left-hand needle. And now we're going to do something that seems counterintuitive to all knitters. We're going to drop out all of these stitches down to color A, or the orange, and then we're going to knit through that loop. So what I do is I pick up the orange loop that we've dropped all those purple stitches off down to, and then I like to put it back on the left-hand needle just for handling's sake. So it's on the left-hand needle, and I've got all of these loops just hanging here on the front of that loop. Then, using the color A tail still, we're going to knit and bring that loop back under those dropped stitches. So that was kind of crazy, right? If you've never seen this drop stitch before. But what this looks like in the swatch is right here. So you've got this kind of longer loop holding all those slip loops in between it. This is what the front looks like. And that's what makes these stitches pucker into that coin rounded shape. And on the wrong side, you can see that loop is holding those dropped stitches in a big loop, and that's what's pulling all of these circles into shape. Let me show you how to do that again. So back on our swatch, we're going to knit some more. Then we're going to knit 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then we'll drop the next loop off once again, terrifyingly unwind all those purple stitches, catch the next orange stitch 4 rows under, and you put it on the left needle, and then knit it and swing that knitting under all of those drop stitches. And then to finish the row, you simply knit 2. So that was a big row. And as you can see again, you've got these big loops holding everything in place, and on the back you're seeing these circle shapes, or in this case 1 circle and 2 half circles, making those coins. Now for the next repeat of the coin stitch, as you can see in the swatch, your coins that you're creating are going to be offset from that first set of coins. And this is a common thing in knitting. It's how you get different checker shapes. Even in the seed stitch, you are alternating knit 1 and purl 1 for this offset checkerboard look. So the technique to do the next set of coin stitches is identical. It's just that they happen at a different point across your swatch. So we've got to get to that point first. We'll switch to the wrong side of our work, and we will purl across in color A, which is row 7 for those of you following along in the pattern. And now we will switch from color A, which is orange, to B, which is purple. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the color B as before, which is knit row 8, purl row 9, knit row 10, purl row 11, creating these purple rows that form our checks. So we're using color B, knitting across row 8, And then flipping it over, we will purl across row 9, again with color B. And then knit across row 10. And purl across row 11, still with color B. All right, now in this next row, we'll be switching back to color A like before and doing all of those scary dropping of stitches to get our coins to work. So grabbing color A from the side, again, do as I say and use proper technique and not as I do, which is poor technique. We're first going to knit 4 stitches. Last time we knit just 2 stitches on this row, but now we're going to knit 4 so that our coins that we're creating are offset from the other ones. So that's 3 and 4. And now our next coin will be created in the very center, or the line dividing our 2 coins, excuse me, will be created in the very center of the coin we created below. So our coins were 3 stitches wide, and that's how they line up so perfectly, because you just aim for that center stitch. So you've knit 4, you're at the center stitch of the coin from below. Drop that stitch and scarily pull out those 4 stitches, grabbing color A below. You put color A on your left-hand needle, knit it, and swing it under those loops. See? It's pretty easy once you get used to the kind of counterintuitive idea of tearing out your knitting. And then for the rest of that row, you'll knit 4 more and create coins. But since I only have 9 stitches on this swatch here, there's only 1 time in this repeat that I'll need to rip out that row. And then for the next row, you'll just be starting over at row 1 of the pattern with a purl row that sets you up for the rest of your swatch. So this swatch, as you know, is a little wider and a little taller, and this has 13 stitches, so a multiple of 4 plus 1, so that I could show you guys what a repeat of the offset coins looks like. So once you just practice this a little bit, I might even recommend swatching this before you try to do coin stitch in a larger project, because that tearing out and mastering how to swing that stitch under is a little intimidating, but you get the hang of it really fast, and the extra work of tearing those stitches out is super worth it because of the high contrast, visually impacting look of this stitch. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial for the really fun and interesting coin stitch. Don't forget to give us a like or a comment if you like what you saw, and subscribe for more knitting videos.